Hi, well, here I am in my little office, a bit windswept as I've just had a lovely walk and just getting ready to see a client now. And I thought I would do a little short vid, if possible, after the longer one I just did, a little short one on explaining what actually the Bowen Technique is and how it works and what it does, which is a very tall order to do in 2 minutes, but I'll try. Basically, it's a technique that comes from Australia, a chap called Tom Bowen who lived in the 50s, and he was a natural gifted healer. And he worked out a system that we call the Bowen Technique. I'm one of the teachers for Bowtech in England, and I go abroad as well. Having a lovely break from traveling right now, I can say. And it's a wonderful tool because it's practical as well as working on other levels. I'm very busy generally. Lockdown has changed things, but generally I'm very busy, and other practitioners can be very busy as well, practitioners of Bowen, because it has a very practical application on the one level in that it helps with reducing physical pain and getting rid of physical pain and realigns the body, the pelvis, the whole skeletal system. And what it does is it releases stress from the muscles and the fascia. The fascia connect the whole body together. And the good thing about it, what makes it different, is that there's no manipulation. There's no manipulation, and that is why I say to people, for 4 days after the treatment, don't do any exercise, because the body is adjusting and the treatment is still carrying on. It's also a very unusual treatment in that when it works, it actually holds. So in other words, if someone has a simple back problem or simple neck issue or anything around that area, once they get resolution of the problem, they can go for months or years until they re-injure themselves. Obviously, if somebody keeps on coming back, then we look at deeper issues of what's actually causing that problem. It may not be that area of pain. It could be coming from somewhere else. So it's a matter of finding it. A bone treatment takes about 40 minutes. So I book an hour for the person because it's the chatting beforehand, taking the case history, the getting dressed, undressed, although saying that people can wear clothes if they want, comfortable leggings and t-shirts. And as I say, it's about 40 minutes, very relaxing. What makes it different from other treatments is that I do a few Bowen moves and then I leave the room for 2 minutes. I go back, do a few more moves and leave the room. And this carries on throughout the treatment. It's very quiet, the person doesn't talk, and they go into hopefully a relaxed state or even fall asleep. The reason for leaving the room is that it allows the body to work on what I've done to repair, and I get away from the actual person and just let the work carry on. How it works on many levels at the same time. Obviously, on the physical level, it's working on the muscles, the fascia, the nerves, the organs. On a vibrational level, if you think about a guitar string, you pluck a guitar, and on the other end, you hope for some beautiful music. So it works vibrationally. Our bodies are 80% or so water, so the vibration goes through the cells and water of our bodies. It works on a fascial level, it works on the meridians, and as I've said before, it works primarily on the autonomic nervous system, our fight or flight, so it puts the body back into the parasympathetic mode. There are a variety of uses for the Bowen technique. A lot of people, as I say, they come, I've built my practice up on people who've got pain, then they get to know what else it can do, and so it goes on from there. So firstly, it can help with any injuries, aches or pains, sports injuries, accidents. It can then also help with respiratory problems because we have procedures for that, respiratory asthma, lung problems, also any hormonal issues, jaw, a whole variety of things, depression, anxiety, and so on. And the thing is that when we do a Bowen treatment, we're treating the whole person. It's holistic. We are not treating symptoms. As I said before, symptoms are usually an illustration that something's going on in the person's life. So it's a whole treatment. When I treat somebody, I start off on the lower back, I go down to the legs, I come all the way up to the upper back, and when I turn them over, we work on the neck. And there are other moves and procedures I do. There's a basic structure that we always work with, a basic framework, and then depending on what the person needs, that's where the skill comes in. We also do assessment. I assess what the person needs, I assess their body, and I assess them energetically as well. There are different ways of assessing, and we all do it differently, again, depending on the person and what they come in with. So I think that's enough for today. Hope that has educated you a little bit in what the Bowen technique is. An incredibly powerful technique. It's not one of the mainstream techniques like acupuncture or osteopathy. Very powerful indeed, and been around for the last 30 years or so. Been in England since 1994. And yep, hope you enjoyed that. Bye for now.